Chapter 4, 5, and 7, Creating a Results Orientation in a Professional Learning Community, Establishing a Focus on Learning, and Responding when some students don't learn. Creating clarity about SMART goals. Establishing SMART goals that clearly state the intended outcome in clear and concise verbiage with detailed meaning of words and phrases. Models will be provided and resources offered to aid in clarity and cohesiveness. Applying these concepts to PLCs and giving rationale can establish a working model for application. These should work in conjunction with board and administrative visions. Aligning and differentiating goals. Aligning team SMART goals to school and district goals. The SMART goals must be detailed and their concepts and actions steps conveyed to each team members. District goals will be more broad and all-encompassing. Team SMART goals should follow in direct order with district SMART goals, but at the school team level be more specific in their implementation and have detailed substantiation from past data. This will allow for actions and lessons to be created, critiqued, and implemented. These teams must be focused on achieving the same goals and the processes. Balancing attainable goals with stretch goals. Attainable goals are these goals can be reached and have success in more reduced amount of time. These are our short-term goals in essence. Stretch goals, these are goals that will need time and work toward their means to find success. This goal will show steady progression and grow over an extended period of time. Changes must occur for there to be positive outcomes in stretch goals. These are long-term goals that can be built on each other over time. If you are limited to only attainable goals, changes never really occur. Focusing on results, not activities. It is important to change the way goals are set and monitored. In the past, teachers' plans and their methods were deemed the essential aspects of learning. Ultimately, no matter the means of techniques, the only essential numbers to monitor are student advancement and success. This answers the question of why we are in education. Creating a working process for commitment. Genius of and. Both concepts of the PLC and personal opinions and ideals in regards to planning are used to develop curriculum. Some teachers state that they are already following department, district, or state curriculums. Their ability to blend them all together, but not give equal portions to each other. The essentials must become the priority and focus. All students in a subject are to have the same main ideas taught to them and are taught this over the same time frame. Needs that must be implemented and have buy-in. Identify the standards that are the most essential. As the curriculum is established, there must be an established process for deeming a standard as less important. The essential and non-essential standards can only be identified if the desired outcomes are pinpointed and recognized. What is the desired learned concepts and material? I can statements are created by the students identifying desired and achieved learning outcomes. This benefits the students to know what they are moving toward and parents to follow knowledge taught, learned. Clarity, what proficient student work will look like. Clarifying what proficient student work will look like. Determining proficiency and beyond. A collaborative effort of team will determine what is important to learn, what will need to be present for proficiency, how it will be evaluated. The team must work together to establish criteria for proficient work. The end goal is not proficiency, but a jumping off point toward mastery or an excelling grade. Pacing the guaranteed and viable curriculum, committing to each other and the curriculum. A rate in which curriculum is presented and work toward proficiency must be established. The pace should be based on the student, not the presenter, and this should also be fluid for modification based on student needs. Common formative assessments, CFA, need to be utilized for current standing and knowledge level. Working from the standpoint of view and the teacher point of view, working from the student point of view and the teacher point of view will enable all stakeholders to be presented essential material and information to create all-encompassing learning and teaching environment. Creating a common understanding of systematic intervention. If no system is in place, the proper steps must be taken to allow all students the means to achieve in every class. No matter who is each student's teacher, they will be presented the knowledge. Given the same opportunities and assistance will be offered until they reach a proficient level. Every member must participate and have buy-in. They may not agree, but they must give an effort for the students. Teachers know students beyond just grades. The world outside the classroom plays a role in student outcomes. The students in need must be identified as quickly as possible, and grading periods are not sufficient. Finally, once labeled as in need of support, students will be offered an initiative for assistance and improvement. Creating a multi-tiered system of interventions and crafting a schedule that supports intervention. Crafting. Grade level essential information must be presented and available to all students. Time and resources for those in need of support are available for each lesson. Help in basic reading, writing, and numbers will need to be available that students may not have entered the year equipped with these attributes. Schedule. If the schedule of the school does not allot enough time for support, the mastery schedule will need to be changed or modified. Time is set aside daily for assistance and clarity of presented material. The clock cannot be the dictator of the day. This must be the student's needs. Criteria for intervention: required participation, addressing extension, and using resources. Criteria requirement: each student will be evaluated for support in each individualized area and lesson. These identifies the individual and the gaps that need help. Teachers and teams must identify issues on just a means of pushing students through. Issues or gaps must be filled for educational longevity of success. Interventions cannot be optional. They must be mandated and enforced as essential by all parties. Extension resources. Students must not be pulled from electives that tend to be more relaxed and are selected based on each student's enjoyment preference. These should not be used as reinforcers. Students shall not be asked to achieve a level beyond proficient for success. Students are allowed to reach beyond the basic requirements in each class and offered opportunities for further knowledge. Students are high achievers can be placed in advanced courses for challenging and higher level learning. Use what has already been established or made available for interventions. Do not assign students as in need just because they are labeled in school.